Hello and welcome to day 23 of the Intuitive Advent with me, Ruth Ann Richards. Thank you for joining me today, and if you've joined me for the whole 23 days, thank you so much. Today's dose of intuition is an oracle reading from me to you. I'm using my own oracle, Reclaim Your Intuition. This is currently in development. I've got the sample deck here. The actual deck available for sale is going to be available in January, and you can find out more information about that with the wording around this video. I've asked the universe two questions. The first question is, what attachments can we leave behind in 2022, the things that no longer serve us? And I have some messages to answer that question. And the second question, I'm looking because I wrote it down, how can we lead with compassion in 2023? The Dalai Lama said the Western woman would save the world, and I believe we do it with intuition and compassion. So how can we lead with compassion in 2023? So starting with the first question, what are the attachments that we can leave behind in 2022? I hope you're going to love this one. Imposter. You know, we focused on the imposter, and society has even said there's a syndrome around the imposter. We focus so much attention on it. We give it its whole being and persona that it doesn't need. The imposter is not real. The imposter happens momentarily for a few seconds, for a few minutes, maybe a little bit longer, when your conscious mind kicks in and tries to override your intuition. That's when you have the imposter syndrome. Because the conscious mind says, who am I to have this? I don't deserve it. I can't have this. It's the barrier to manifestation is imposter. The imposter stops you receiving all the great things that you deserve. And remember, the universe wants you to be happy and joyful and abundant. And you deserve things. So it's time to find your ways to release and let go of whatever you feel about your imposter for 2022. You don't need this anymore. You don't need this going into 2023. So that's the first attachment to lose in 2022. Other attachments that you can leave behind. Have you been in a process of collaboration with someone and it's just not working out how you expected or the way it should be? It may be time for you to cut cords. So just consider for a moment now any project you've been working on, and it could be work related, it could be something personal, and is someone talking a good story but not following up with the actions? That's the strong sense that I'm getting in this instance. So it may be time for you to end it or mend it, have a heart-to-heart conversation with that individual, and if that doesn't work, you may have to consider ending it. Or you consider another way of collaborating, you consider how it can be mended and repaired, but the status quo as it is needs to change, and you need to leave behind whatever's happening now in this process of collaboration with a particular individual. And it seems to relate to a particular individual who has good intentions but isn't able to carry them through at this time. Something else you may have to leave behind for 2022. And the third attachment and the third message to leave behind in 2022 is celestial signals. So this is interesting, isn't it? And this has two meanings. If you have believed in angels or archangels or fairies or astrology or the moon or something related to a celestial signal, so something sky-based related, if your otherworldly has involved that kind of signal, it may be that you've been questioning them recently, so it may be time for you to review your own inner belief at this point, and do those signals and do those celestial beings still resonate with you? And if they don't, it's okay to let go of them. Nothing bad will happen to you. They're not going to be offended. There's going to be no retribution or victimization. Okay, it's just time for you to move on to something else. Maybe you need to find a new narrative and framework for your otherworldly. And actually there's some examples in my book, Reclaim Your Intuition, that can help with that. I'll post the information with this video. So just stop now, take a moment. What is it that no longer works for you and you no longer believe in? And maybe your belief and feelings are taking you in a different direction. You're encouraged to go with that and let go of what no longer works for you or is in your highest good. So those are the things that we're leaving behind in 2022. Imposter, give me a cheer for that. Someone you're collaborating with, it's not working well, it's time to end it, mend it, or move on. And celestial signals, your view of the other worldly is changing, okay? And it's okay for you to leave that attachment to old beliefs behind in 2022. So how do we lead with compassion in 2023? Soul belief. This is about what you believe in your soul, not what you believe intellectually in your head, but what you believe inside you. Do you believe that it's important to lead with compassion? Because if you do, this is how you do it. We lead from our soul, not from our head, not from the conscious mind. We spend more time with our inner self and our soul and speaking from our soul than speaking from what's going on in the head. That's how we start to lead with compassion in 2023. It comes from a place that's deep inside us. It's soul-based. There's a quote by Einstein. I won't get it completely correct, but it's about the conscious mind is the servant and the intuitive mind is the inspiration. We use our intuition to guide us, but it's the conscious mind that we direct. The intuition is the master, the conscious mind is the servant. Do what you need to do from your soul and use your conscious mind to take the actions for what your soul wants to do. And that's how you start to lead with compassion. Believe in synchronicity. If you're truly committed to leading with compassion, you will find all kinds of meaningful coincidences happening for you during the year. When you spend more time coming from a place that's soul-based, more people who you need in your life to help you are going to turn up. More abundance will turn up, whether it's money or joy or something else that you need. Whatever you need is going to turn up for you in the right place and just at the right time. And that's what synchronicity is. It's meaningful coincidences. It's things that have happened for a reason. People turning up for a reason out of the blue. Look out for, I've got a check, an image of a check. Look out for refunds and reimbursements coming to you this year out of the blue that you weren't expecting. But more importantly, leading with compassion. You could actually be synchronicity. You could be the meaningful coincidence for someone else this year. So be aware of that. It's not always the coincidence that's happening for you. It's that you are happening for someone else as well. So when someone says to you, oh my goodness, you've turned up just at the right time, that is your signal to know that it's soul-based. And leading with compassion is not just for 2023, it's for the future. It's for the good of the planet, Mother Earth, climate, the divine feminine, the beneficial patriarch. We all need a more compassionate-led society and a more respectful society. It's not just leading with compassion for 2023, it's doing it for the future. It's about making a commitment to lead with compassion from that soul-based place for the rest of your life. So there we have it, the 3 messages for how can we lead with compassion in 2023. From our soul. Our head takes the actions, but our soul makes the decision. That helps with the imposter as well. Be the meaningful coincidence for someone else. Look out for reimbursements coming your way this year that you hadn't expected. Look out for people turning up just at the right time for whatever you need when you lead with compassion. And it's not just for 2023, it's for the rest of our days and our lives. It's for the future. We're doing it for our future and the future of the next generations. Lead with compassion. I hope you found that interesting. I hope it resonates with you and has meaning for you. And if you loved this and you want to find out more about having your own personal oracle reading with me, the information will be with this video as well. If you've watched all 23 days, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. And if you're celebrating Christmas, I wish you a happy festive season. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you still have some time off to get some rest. Take care. See you soon. Bye.